What's up, Raw Spartan Tribe? This is Raw Spartan 125, back for yet another great reaction. Okay, this is 5 Unsolved Mysteries Caught on Tape by Nuke's Top 5. No idea what to expect here, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, this is not a requested video. It's one I found on here on live stream on YouTube. Doing a live stream on YouTube for the 1,000 subscribers thingy. Thank you, by the way, for all the subscribers. Thank you. So let's jump in. Not
The
funny.
top 5 mysterious unsolved cases. Jackie Sutton. In late October 2015, seasoned British journalist Jackie Sutton arrived at a Turkish airport to catch her connecting flight to Iraq, where she'd been working with the free speech organization IWPR. Hours later, she was found dead in an airport restroom. Reportedly, Jackie Sutton had committed suicide, hanging herself using one of her own shoelaces. Now here's where things get even stranger. Earlier reports by the Turkish media stated that Jackie Sutton had become very upset after missing her flight to Iraq because she couldn't afford to purchase a new ticket. However, later reports revealed that Sutton could have easily paid for a new ticket. She was found carrying over 2,000 euros and 2 credit cards. Even more suspicious, another security camera clip taken shortly before Jackie Sutton's death shows her carrying what appears to be a shopping bag containing purchases made at the duty-free shop in the airport. Critics have argued that it seems highly unlikely that Jackie Sutton would suddenly decide to do a bit of shopping shortly before committing suicide.
Exactly.
Was Jackie Sutton's death a suicide or something more sinister? Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Yeah, there's definitely, sorry. Trying not to sneeze. Someone in the chat just asked, how can you hang yourself with your shoelaces? You can, of course. What do you think when prisoners go into prison, they take their shoes off them? You know, they make them take their shoelaces off and all. Go to jail even? Because you can actually do that. Unfortunately. No, that looks suspicious to me. You know, why would she buy stuff when she's going to do that? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. If she's going to end herself in that way, why would she buy stuff? You know what I mean? Either for herself or others. It doesn't make any sense. That's so strange. And the whole, like, where the Turkish staff, airline staff, said that she was angry because she couldn't, and distraught because she couldn't afford to buy a new ticket when she had all that money on her, all those credit cards. No, there's something happened to her. Somebody did something to her. That's terrible.
Lars Matank. Lars Matank was a young German man who went on a holiday trip with friends to Varna, Bulgaria. While there, Matank was involved in a fight with some other tourists and suffered a ruptured eardrum. Because of the ear injury, Lars Matank was unable to fly, so he couldn't return to Germany with his friends. He rented a room in a hostel in a poor area of Varna, Bulgaria, determined to wait until his ear had healed enough so that he could fly back to Germany. However, that same night, Lars Matank called his mother and said that there was something strange about the hostel that he was staying in, and that she should cancel all of his credit cards. Even later that same night, Lars Matank left his hostel room in a panic, headed for the airport. He called his mother again, this time saying that 4 strange men were following him and that he was hiding. 2 hours later, Lars Matank caught a cab and arrived at the Varna airport in the early morning hours. On airport security cameras, Lars can be seen entering the airport with his luggage.
Yeah.
But minutes later, he is seen running from the airport in a panic, leaving his luggage behind. Eyewitnesses say that Lars Matank ran to a barbed wire fence that surrounds the airport, climbed over the fence, and then disappeared into some nearby woods. To this day, Lars Matank has never been found. His family asks that anyone with any info as to his current location contact them via their website or Facebook page.
That was weird. he called his mother, said there was something strange about the hostel, and then tells her to cancel all his credit cards, and then leaves the hostel as soon as he can next day. He leaves in a panic, sorry. Calls his mother again, tells her that 4 men are following them. That's... Ugh. That's so weird. Like... That's like a nightmare. You know what I mean? That's literally a nightmare. And he goes to the airport, leaves his luggage behind, runs back out, jumps over a barbed wire fence. So he climbs a barbed wire fence and is never seen again.
Brian Shaffer. One of the strangest disappearances on record is that of Brian Shaffer, an Ohio State medical student. On March 31st, 2006, Brian Shaffer decided to go out for a night on the town with some of his college friends. They met at the Ugly Tuna Saloona, an upstairs bar at Ohio State's South Campus. Brian can be seen arriving at the bar with his 2 friends. They're smiling and laughing as they exit the escalator to the second floor bar. Around 10 p.m., Brian called his longtime girlfriend, with whom he had planned a spring break getaway to Miami a few days later. Brian told her that he loved her and would see her soon. Brian's girlfriend said that the call was nothing out of the ordinary. Later, Brian Shaffer is seen again on security camera near the escalators, talking to 2 girls. He seems to say goodbye and then heads back into the bar. Brian Shaffer was never seen again. Security cameras covering the only exits of the Ugly Tuna Saloona bar do not show Brian Shaffer ever leaving. The only possible other exit would have been through an area of the bar that was under heavy construction at the time and closed off to the public. However, even if Shaffer had left through the construction area, there are multiple other security cameras in the bar's vicinity.
Yeah.
None of these cameras picked up footage of Brian Shaffer ever leaving the bar.
What?
It's almost as if Brian Shaffer disappeared into thin air in the middle of a crowded bar.
How the hell do you disappear to thin air in a crowded bar? Maybe he got into a fight with somebody and something terrible happened. Maybe he was ended and somebody maybe tried to hide him or get rid of him, I don't know. That has to be what it was. They put him in a box or something and just got rid of him. That's why they didn't see him leaving. Or they did see him leaving, they just didn't know it was him leaving. You know what I mean? Well, makes you think, Anything can happen. Absolutely anything.
Alan Gill. On the evening of February 23, 2014, Alan Gill took a strange trip through Cornwall, England. Captured by surveillance cameras, Gill spent his evening wandering the streets of several different cities for hours. He was seen in Wadebridge, then traveled by bus to Truro, then on to Nuke, then back to Perranporth. No one knows why Alan Gill took this strange trip, or what he was doing wandering the streets of 4 different cities all night.
Yeah.
The next morning, the dead body of Alan Gill was found washed up on the shore of Perranporth Beach. Gill was naked except for 1 sock and 1 shoe. But the story gets even stranger. Alan Gill's other sock was found wadded up inside his mouth, wrapped in the cord of a pair of earbud-type headphones. Near his body was a black jacket containing a wallet with 95 British pounds, but his bank cards, credit cards, and ID were missing. However, the wallet contained a single bizarre picture: Alan Gill as a child. Even stranger, the jacket the wallet was found in was not the one that Alan Gill had been wearing on the night of his death. Initially, Alan Gill's death was thought to just be a very strange suicide. However, an autopsy revealed multiple unexplained injuries to Alan Gill's right hand, chest, and head. Police ruled the death as suspicious. The case still remains unsolved, and no one knows exactly what happened to Alan Gill.
That's so weird and creepy.
Jameson Family. One of the most bizarre disappearances in recent history is that of the Jameson family of Eufaula, Oklahoma. Pastor Gary Brandon claims that the Jamesons told him that their home was haunted by angry spirits. The Jamesons said that they had made contact with the spirits of a dead family in their house, and that their 6-year-old daughter Madison often talked to the ghost family's child. The Jamesons said that 2 of the ghosts were called Emily and Michael, and that one of the apparitions had wings like an angel. Allegedly fearing for the safety of his family, Bobby Jameson had asked Pastor Brandon if there were quote-unquote special bullets that he could use to fight off the intruding spirits.
What?
Pastor Brandon also said that Jameson mentioned that he had obtained a quote-unquote satanic Bible in order to attempt to ward off the ghostly beings. On October 8, 2009, the Jameson family loaded their pickup truck for a trip. They can be seen on their own front yard security.
Okay, I don't believe in the whole religion thing. I'm just not that, but why would you get a satanic Bible to protect yourself with? Wouldn't you buy a normal Bible? That is weird. Were they, like, he's talking to a pastor, right? Why wouldn't he just use a normal Bible that comes from his own faith? Why would he use a satanic Bible? That's weird.
To ward off the ghostly beings. On October 8, 2009, the Jameson family loaded their pickup truck for a trip. They can be seen on their own front yard security camera moving things from their house to their truck. Bizarrely, the family seems to be in some sort of daze or trance-like state, making dozens of trips back and forth from the house to the truck, but never talking to each other once. After loading the truck, the Jamesons pulled out of the driveway and were never seen alive again. 8 days later, the Jamesons' pickup truck was found by the side of the road. Locked inside the truck were the Jamesons' wallets and IDs, their cell phones, and $32,000 cash.
Whoa.
Also locked inside the truck was the family's small dog, which was nearly dead from starvation. A massive statewide search was launched for the family over the next 8 months, but nothing was found. Multiple theories were circulated. One that Bobby and Sherilyn Jameson had been meth users and had been involved in a meth deal gone bad. This theory would also explain their trance-like state in the final video of the family. However, absolutely no evidence of drug use was found when police searched the Jameson family home. 4 years after the Jameson family's disappearance, deer hunters stumbled across some skeletal remains in a remote area of the Eufaula Mountains, less than 3 miles from where the Jameson...
Something just felt my remote. My remote just fell and scared the crap out of me. Jesus. Ah. I was gonna say, maybe they were involved with a cult or something, maybe a satanic cult. Maybe that's why they had a satanic Bible. But then why would they be talking to a pastor? Doesn't make any sense.
4 years after the Jameson family's disappearance, deer hunters stumbled across some skeletal remains in a remote area of the Eufaula Mountains, less than 3 miles from where the Jamesons' truck had been found. The bodies were forensically identified as the remains of the Jameson family. However, the bodies were so badly decomposed that no cause of death could be determined. The reason for the Jameson family's strange behavior and the cause of their death remains a mystery to this day.
That's weird. Okay. That is the end of the video. That was creepy. Oh. And that's not like ghostly stuff, that's just like stuff that's happened to people. And you just know it was real people that did it. You know what I mean? It was living people that did that to them. Had to be. Oh. Just thinking about it. Okay. Until next time, I am out of here.